Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to be repairing and redying the leather in this 12-year-old BMW 3 Series. This car was used as a daily driver almost its entire life. We transported people, pets, plants, and as you can see, the white leather is no longer white. While a good cleaning would bring most of the color back, I'm aiming to make it look brand new. I'll be using the kit from autoleatherdye.com and applying it both with the supplied sponge as well as my Fuji Spray Mini Mite HVLP sprayer to compare the two methods. Since removing the seats in this car is fairly simple, I opted to take them out for a cleaner job and just to have more working space. The process is pretty straightforward. You start by thoroughly cleaning the leather with the supplied cleaner. Next, you use the supplied leather filler to fill in tears and cracks. I used a piece of cardboard since I didn't have a putty knife at home, but I would highly recommend using one. Once the filler is dry, the final step of prep is to scuff the surface with the gray Scotch-Brite pad for good adhesion. I poured the dye into a disposable plate and dipped a small part of the sponge in there to saturate it. You don't need a lot. The idea is to put a few thin layers, otherwise it could fill the grain of the leather and look repaired. This step is optional, but I highly recommend using a heat gun to speed up the drying process between coats, otherwise you're going to be working on this for a few days. Next up, I'm going to try the spray gun method. I applied a little bit of plastic adhesion promoter on the trim pieces that are the same color so it doesn't flake. You end up using a little bit more product, but you need fewer coats, and more importantly, the coats are much more even. The kit comes with leather protection cream that gets applied once the dye has dried. It not only protects the leather, but also conditions it, leaving a soft factory feel to it. I applied a few coats and felt a difference in softness with each coat. Watts 3-in-1 leather cleaner to restore it rather than dyeing it since it was in pretty good shape. I applied a coat of the leather protection cream onto it as well for a softer feel. It's been a few months since I did this project and the dye has held up well with no signs of flaking or fading. It still feels soft to the touch and is no different than the factory feel. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel to see more DIY projects on this car and my other cars. Peace!